Hi everybody, thanks for watching. Hey, I want to talk today about differentiation. Boy, that's a buzzword, isn't it? I want to talk specifically about differentiation in your classroom and maybe a couple strategies that I think are beneficial. I doubt anyone watching this video argues that we need to differentiate our instruction for students based upon their understanding and need. What gets difficult is, and I know, I taught high school. I've got a classroom full of 35 kids, 6 that didn't get it, 4 that are quasi-okay, and the rest of them are all right. How do I differentiate that classroom in a mechanism where I need to be at all 3 places? And I figured something out. Ready? Game changer. Ready? I don't have to be at all those places. I have to empower kids to be there. When you've given your best lesson and you've explained it to the best of your ability, because my bet is, if you're like me, you never went through a lesson or explained something or taught something and thought, meh, it's mediocre at best. You really gave your best shot. And when kids don't understand, I can remember almost having this look like, how can you not understand that? Snails passed me as I was teaching that. I went so slow that a crippled monkey could have followed me. What do you mean you didn't understand? And guess what? They didn't. And I remember it took me a couple of years to really get this figured out is I never really thought about a differentiation that they did not understand what I just explained, but they didn't have the foundation to understand what I just explained. Do you follow me? Let me give you an example. If I was teaching in algebra, and I'm teaching them how to do 2-step equation problems, but they never understood how to do 1-step equation problems, 2-step is just further confusion as to what they didn't already know. And you're like, well, that's not my fault that they don't know 2-step or 1-step. They should have walked in here knowing that. Right, so now they're going to flunk your 2 steps. Congratulations, yay for you. I mean, you want a cookie? So differentiation means I may have to break them apart into smaller groups. And what I really learned, this is the most empowering thing I want you to hear me say about differentiated instruction. When you've given your best lesson and you've explained it to your best ability, there is nothing more you can do. And I know you're not going to want to hear this. It's going to make some of you bristle watching this video. There comes a point where you've done all you know how to do. So it's time to let the kids help you do what you didn't do. And I would break them up into small groups, and I would have a student teach it that I knew got it. I would have them go to the board and literally walk them through that 2-step equation, and all of a sudden I'd watch kids that I knew didn't get it go, wait a minute, Matt, back up to that. Okay, back up to that one up there. How did you do that step? And Matt would go, remember, dude, you take this, blah, 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 and you put this over here. And I'm sitting in the back thinking, that's what I said. And all of a sudden, the kid that didn't get it goes, oh, remember when this so-and-so taught us that when you add this to here, you always have to do that? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I wasn't in that classroom. I have no point of reference to that, but they do. So sometimes I would do this. Ready? This is the biggest lesson I ever learned with differentiated instruction. When I was teaching something, I felt like we all had it. We finished it. I gave them an assessment. They don't. I would walk into class the next day and say, well, time for me to turn over the reins. And they would say, what happened, Ms. Tooley? And I would say, I did some of my best work yesterday. I was proud of myself. But we didn't all get it. So I'm going to do an activity today, and I might put some practice problems on the board or whatever. And I would say, but I'm not doing them. I'm not doing them. I want a volunteer. So I'd pick a student that I knew was struggling, but I'd have them come up to the board with a partner. And so the partner's almost coaching them in front of the classroom. So they're learning vicariously through them. Now, that may not work whole group. You may need to do it small group. My point is, for differentiation doesn't mean that I have to redo everything. Who I need to be with are the strugglers, the 1, the 2, the few that are so far behind that I can let the rest of them move forward and work with those that are really, really, really struggling, which may also require some time outside of the classroom. I want you to think of differentiation like this. I want you to think of differentiation less about what they don't know and what about that cobwebs have grown over and hidden. Kids learn so much in a day that they can't possibly remember everything you're asking them to remember. So differentiation is really a mechanism for which you can really provide them an opportunity to learn it differently. And I promise the different is not you. Give it a try. Let me know how it works. Thanks for watching, everybody.